feel that a lot of women harbor this concept of fear, if you will, about being dependent, if you will, on a guy?
I think that is one of the things that, let me say it like this. I think that is one of the ways that marriage is built to be able to depend on someone else. You have to, and of course, I'm not married. You know what I'm saying? But I know, I've seen married couples, and I see how dependent they are on each other. Yeah. And they're supposed to be like, that's supposed to be your ace. That's supposed to be your best friend. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as a independent female, I think that it's important to leave that a little bit, but also I think it's important to have both.
Yes.
Have it where you can depend on someone, but also not forget who you were before you had them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I think it's you do kind of get lost in the relationship, and you should. You know what I'm saying? Like I always tell my friends, I give them 3 years. I give them 3 years to be completely lost up in it, especially when you first get married. Like that should be, you should be. That's the honeymoon phase. It should all be about y'all. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like you should not be able to have a conversation and not bring him up. Like it should be that way.
Yeah.
You should not. You can put me on the back burner for those first 3 years, okay? Yes. Because I understand that you are developing into the wife that you were called to be.
Yes.
But I also feel it's necessary to not forget who you were prior to, and remember, because I think when you do get married, if you're married to the right person, that your goals and your ambition and your thought, not thought pattern, but the dreams that you have, I pray that they mesh. You know what I'm saying? So that they're not, one is not squashed while the other succeeds. You know what I'm saying? That you build together. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely would hope for women to not necessarily back away from their dream in order to be with someone. But I also understand that love comes with a sacrifice, that you may have to sacrifice for the time of building his, or him building yours, or you having kids and stuff like that. So because each marriage is so different,
yes,
you have to, you know what I'm saying? Like you see some couples that are business minded. You see some couples that are very much creative, and some couples that are more apt to kids and how they do. And I love the fact that each couple has a focus. You know what I'm saying? Like you see that in that couple, that they're caring about certain things. And I love to see that, because it's a joining of those two people in their in the best of themselves.
That's right.
So I still love to see people do their own thing, and then see that spouse support them, whichever way that is. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the fact that you will see I can tell a true wife by that. You know what I'm saying? I can tell a true wife by the way she supports her husband. I can tell
and vice versa.
A true man, right? I can tell a true man by when he supports her dream. You know what I'm saying? As far as that is concerned, because it should be that back and forth. That should be your ace boon coon, your road dog.
Yes.
For life. And that's what I expect myself.
Exactly. I think that's key, that we're summing it up with, that it's okay to be dependent on that individual, because of course you guys are growing together, but still have levels of independence so that you can balance out just who you are, different roles and things like that you're going to play, because of course you're going to need time together, but you're also going to need time apart to do other elements and things like that. And I think that when you come back together, that helps to build the relationship even more, because now you have different experiences to add into the pot of that is becoming you or your us, if you will. All right, so we're going to end with this very last question, and this is a personal question for you. What
Okay.
advice would you give a younger you about relationships?
Oh man. Do not hide. Do not
Mm,
hide. I think I hid a lot in not knowing how how I guess how much I have to give.
mhm.
Um, and it's okay to make mistakes.
Oh
It's
yeah.
okay
Ooh,
to yeah, like I mean, I'm a church girl, grew up on a
mhm.
pew, you know what I'm saying? And so sometimes I would be that one that would be like, someday my prince will come. Someday, you know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like this is why it boggles my mind the fact that how many questions you asked me that
Oh.
related that related to things that I'm learning to get over now.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, because and because it's on tape, I have accountability.
That's true. That's true.
Um, but yeah, I would probably tell her, my younger self, to explore,
Mhm.
to love, and love deeply. And
Yes.
love and not be afraid of rejection,
Mhm.
not be afraid if things don't go your way, and how to pick yourself up again and love yourself. And it would just be a lot of things that I would pour into her, which I try to pour into my little cousins now, to
Yes.
make sure that they know, so that they know that in the world someone loves them.
Mhm.
Um, and it's okay to fall. I would probably
Yes.
tell her it's okay to fall, because the ground is the only place you got. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going no deeper. Just follow.
Yes.
You know, you
Just
can
get
you
on up, dust
you can
yourself
get
off,
right
and be
back
like, all
on
right,
up.
like
It's
that hurt.
okay.
Let's
Your
try
legs
again.
still work.
Yes.
Your mind
Yes.
still works. Your hands still work. You still can do something different. You know.
Exactly. I love that. I love the fact that, as you said, that as individuals we're still yet growing, and that you're pouring into the next generation, because
Oh, yeah.
indeed they need it. Of course, some of the things that they will face are things that we face in the latter part of our lives, but they're getting it so early now. So they really do need that wisdom and knowledge so that they can be prepared for the different relationships that they're going to forge, whether they're friendships or
Oh,
with their coworkers, even in the family, of course, because family dynamics are so different now. And even when they go towards romantic type relationships. So those type things there
mhm.
are wonderful. And I'm so glad that you're able to have that for yourself, sharing it freely with us, of course, and being able to pour it back into the next generation.